Well, welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday Wellness Check-in. If you're not in here, you need to get in here. Okay? You need to get in here. So, you're tuning in with the Miss T Energy and my co-host,
It's me, King Gary.
Mr. King Carey. So, you guys, it is mid-week. Can you believe it? It's already midweek. And so far, the week has been good to me. I have no complaints. What about you? How has the week been to you?
I'm blessed. Every day I wake up and my family in their right mind, and I'm in my right mind, and the people that's closest to me is they woke up in their right mind. I'm blessed, and that's what's important to me.
Sounds like a thing to me. So, without further ado, let's get into this icebreaker. I mean, because why not? So, our icebreaker for you guys is, what's your favorite season? Hey, beautiful. How are you? The icebreaker is, what are you guys' favorite season? We are we already in fall?
No, we're not fall.
Not fall yet, but we are approaching the fall. And I don't know about y'all, but me and the summertime, we don't get along. We don't do well with one another. And for some strange reason, these past couple of days has been extremely hot. I said, these last days of summer, it's like summer don't want to get out of here. It's like a bad ex that just won't leave you alone. Just don't get the clue. Just won't go away. So, what's your favorite season?
My favorite season probably would be summer. That's that this heat, that sun shining like that. That's this my shit right here.
Oh, it's it right here.
Yeah, this my shit right here.
I mean, I get it. I love the warmth of the sun on my face. However, you can get the sun pretty much during any season and that warmth. As for me, my favorite season is winter. I mean, to me, it's refreshing. When it comes down to the attire, you can get real creative, and it's just brisk. It's something that's just so relaxing and soothing to me about the coldness, about the wintertime. Miss Heavens, when is your favorite season? Why is that? I mean, me personally, as I said, winter is mine too, but those were my reasons. Why is winter your favorite season?
I'm like, y'all can have the winter. I'm not doing the cold and the brr and the snow. Y'all can have that.
I mean,
Nah.
to each his own. I think it's up for a healthy debate.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I like hot is my kitchen. That's it. When it comes down to the hot, the heat, and the summertime, you could be out there in your birthday suit and you still gonna be burning yourself up.
I love it.
One thing about the wintertime is you can get layered up. You know? Two, I mean, your liking. You get too hot, you take a couple layers off. You get too cold, throw a couple layers on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But you guys, let's keep this going. Once again, this is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Just a little spot designated, to check in on my people throughout the week from time to time and see and ask, because I know you're, probably not asked on a regular. How is your mental space doing? It's a safe space where we share perspectives, you know, leave feeling a bit lighter than, some of us may have came in here. This is that kind of spot. For all you guys that are tuning in, thank you for being here. You can check me out on my other platforms. I do have a healthy following on TikTok at Miss Energy. Also YouTube at Crown Woman. I'm building the platform there as well. And I choose to promote positivity. That's just my thing to do. Miss Heavens, I love how the snow makes everything look so pure. and it's most comfortable. It's more comfortable for me. I agree. I agree with that too. I can see it. I can visualize it like all white and pretty and pure looking. I agree with you on that one. Whatever. But anywho, let's get into today's topics. The topic for tonight is dating.
Ooh, wee.
Dang. So when you hear the word dating, give me your first thoughts. Like, give me, some of those things that come to mind when you hear dating.
It got hot. I needed some water.
Oh, I bet it did. I bet it did. So I don't know if I should go first or you, but I think very much so, since you're the one that's heating up a little bit, to cool down, to release, I think, you should lead the way. When you hear the word dating, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing that I think about when I think about dating is dating somebody that you're interested in, trying to take it a step farther. So dating is like that introduction. That's what dating is. Dating is an introduction to the person. So, but I don't know, like our generation, like the generation now, I think somebody pissed in the dating pool. I'm glad I'm not in it. Whew, that's a relief. So that's a plus, but it's just some highs and lows and do's and don'ts with dating. So you got to be careful when you date. You especially today.
Okay.
You got to be careful out there dating.
I agree. Miss Heaven said first thing that comes to her mind when she hears the word dating is variety.
Woo!
Care to elaborate? Miss Heaven. Miss Heaven. But while I wait on you to get back with us on that, my first thoughts of dating is typical. And it's typical because it's what we were introduced to when we were younger, things that we see, around us, in the movies and this and that and the other. And my very first thoughts when it comes down to the word dating is, a couple getting dolled up, getting dressed up, going out, dinner dates. However, in my experience along the way, I've learned that dating is a layered word.
It is.
It is definitely layered. And nowadays, when it comes down to dating, I don't think that it necessarily has to be something done with the significant other.
Yeah, maybe. I guess.
Because I like to date myself from time to time. It's been a while since I've done it. However, if it's a lunch date, because typically I work mornings throughout the day, afternoon time, I can go grab me something to eat and just sit with myself. Enjoy the company of myself. Not saying that having company, would disturb it or anything like that, but I think and feel that from time to time, we should date ourselves. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I know, like, people used to look at me all crazy, if you tell them, like, I'm having lunch by myself or I'm having dinner by myself, because it's not the norm. But I'm looking at them even crazier, like, you don't like yourself?
To each his own. I think it's, I don't know, if I'm going on a date, I'd rather go with somebody. I'd rather take someone, or I'm not gonna get, I've never really seen a man just get all dapper, and all suit and tied up, or, you know what I'm saying, clean as the board is health, just to go out by himself, just to be with himself. And now if I'm like, let's say for instance, if I'm at work and then I have my lunch, and then I go out by myself on my lunch and just sit down and eat or XYZ, then that's different. But
Right.
For me to just say, tonight I'm going to date myself, or I'm going on a date myself, I don't know, this is not for me. That's all.
Okay, I'll get back with you on that. Miss Heaven said, I just like options. I'm going to date until I'm absolutely ready to get married. And you know something? I totally agree with you on that. I think something too about the word dating that we were introduced to, like pretty much, washed up to believe is dating. When people typically mention dating, they only, you know, the way we was brought up, it's only you and one other person. They don't tell you like, okay, well, you can date around. You see what I'm saying? Until you find somebody that can match your energy. You know what I'm saying? Because people think because you date around, like let's just say if you're a serial dater, that you're out doing unclean things with all of them. And I think that that's a misconception when it comes down to dating too.
Well, I don't know. I disagree. Because it can be that. It can be that. It can absolutely be that. Because when I was in the field and I was dating, if we was going out on a date and we went out to dinner or a movie or wherever we went, and then when the night was over at the end of the night, I'm cracking. I'm just being honest with you. Like, that's just what's going to happen at the end of the night. So,
Hey
I don't know,
Smith, how are you? Welcome to the live. This is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. You're tuning in with Miss T Energy and my co-host
King Carey in the building.
Yeah. To each his own. I mean, because would you really say that you actually dated?
Absolutely.
You would say that you actually dated.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's weird because I would say, in my opinion, and just looking at your list, it wasn't dating. It was definitely things to get into.
Absolutely.
It was definitely things to do.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's just me, but when I think of dating, I think of a guy courting me to some type of degree. You know what I'm saying? Showing some type of interest, like dates and marry type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Or what's your perspective on, that on dating? What's your view on dating? What does that look like for you? What does that mean to you? Because if we just hooking up, we can.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
just
date.
going to grab something to eat or something like that. To me, it's not necessarily a date.
So what is it then? If we're going out to eat, we're going to catch a movie, we going out to dinner, we're personal, we having conversations, we spending time together. To me, that's a date. Absolutely.
You know what? I think Miss Heavens said it best. You know what? Maybe it is a form of dating. Maybe what I see the majority of when it comes down to the collective is they don't date with a purpose. That's exactly what it is.
Well, see, that's why dating is such a. That's why you have to. The person that you're potentially seeking, you have to make sure that you all have the same understanding of what dating is, because dating can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
It is definitely layered.
It's definitely a layered word. So when you say dating, you have to specify. Okay, this is what dating is to me.
Right. So what like I was asking you before, what is dating to you? What was it to you then? And do you think that you have a different perspective on it now?
So it depends. It very much so depends. Because dating can be just going out for dinner and a movie. That's dating.
So I'm asking like this because since I was little, and I know I'm not the only woman that can come from this stance. You know what I'm saying? I seen me going out on dates with my husband. I seen kids and a family and this and that. So I pretty much grew up with the mindset of dating to marry.
Now that's deep.
So anybody that I entertained, I mean, I was younger. I know much better now, but I seen them as a potential mate. It hasn't been that many, but the people that I had positioned in that type of way, I always seen a future with.
Yeah, I think I'm the total opposite.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think I'm the total opposite.
So it means going back to what Miss Heaven said. Then, if you're dating with purpose, then how would that be the opposite?
Well,
So would you say in your prime or your days or whatever, like, would you say that dating to you then was just something to do?
no, not necessarily something to do, but I don't think, especially men, Because men and women think a little differently.
True.
Think a lot differently. So I think men don't think when they going out on a date that, oh, I'm dating to marry. I don't think men think that.
No, men don't. But you want me to tell you something though? You do have some men. It's not many of them that are more on the more evolved spectrum of things that can pursue a woman and be like, you know what? I think that's future potential right there.
That's after you've been dating her. Yeah, that's how you determine if she's future. After you've dated her.
Right, but I'm saying like if you don't initially go in with those type of intentions, like the date to marry, you saying for you it eventually turns into that?
It can turn into that. It can turn it. It's possibility that it can turn into that. But that just because we date don't mean that that's what I'm doing. I'm not dating to marry you. I'm dating to experience you.
Right.
That don't mean I'm dating to marry you though.
Right. Coming from a man perspective, I get you 100%. It's not complicated if your intentions are clear. Now that's truth and fact. But you want me to tell you something that I learned along the way? I learned like just naturally, you know what I'm saying? You lead with honesty, respect, things of that type of nature until somebody shows you otherwise. Because I know, like, I see it a lot, like, with people, they say that it's the opposite. Like, oh, well, if you don't earn it, then you don't get it. You have to give a person enough space and opportunity to show you if that's really who they is and if that's truly what they operate out of.
So yeah, but like you said, it's a multi-layered word. So it depends on what dating is to you. So you have to find somebody that believes that what dating is to you is the same to them. Or just come to a mutual understanding that we're dating to marry or we're dating to see where this goes. So that's why I date. I date to see where this goes. I don't date to marry. I'm not dating you to marry. I'm dating to see where this goes. And once I see where this goes, then I'll make that decision if I want to continue to pursue you.
Oh, is that what you feel that you evolved into, or that has always been the way you've done things?
It has always been the way I've done things. But when you're younger, you're more like they say, sow your royal oats. So that's what a lot of younger men do. They get out there, they date, they explore, they have fun with it, and if it evolves from there, then they'll pursue long term. But initially, men don't say, "Oh, I want to date to marry." That's not.
I mean, I agree with that, but I don't think that, like, as a younger boy, I don't. And I mean, in my generation, and I think just some generations like before mine, I don't think that it's enough influence to give the young men exactly what they can see what dating actually looks like. I don't think because a person goes out there, he sees something he like, and they go out to eat and this and that and the other, they do what they do. I don't view that as dating.
Okay.
So, as I said before, I feel that just the word dating alone is a multi-layered word. It can go in a lot of different places, but just to give others like a different perspective, you can date your kids. You can date yourself. Just because, you hear the word date doesn't mean that it has to be tied to a significant other. And if you have taken yourself out on a date, and if you do date yourself, like, drop some comments in the comment box below. What did that look like for you? Where did you go? How did you feel? Did you enjoy yourself? Because every time that I did it, I loved it. I love spending time with me. And to each his own, but I don't think anything is wrong with it. And then too, when it comes down to your kids, like, we were brought up, we would have dates at home. Like, my mom gave us that firsthand. We had the steak and the potatoes with the Welch's Group wine, Welch's grape juice, which was our fake wine and stuff like that, with the candles. She would give us candlelit bubble baths and stuff like that to tell us and teach us and show us, like, you don't need nobody else to do this for you to feel special. You can do it for yourself and still feel special. It's a part of, like, your self-care. Self-maintenance, if that's something that you really, really like, So I don't think that it's necessarily enough of that in some households too. You know, I know that everybody has a different style of what they do inside their homes, but I don't think that there is nothing wrong with set up a day night for your kids. It could be a family day night. You fix a special meal. You know, if you wanted to do the candles, you can. You know, movie day. You know, it's just many ways that you can go. Self-care is absolutely necessary. Absolutely. And it varies from person to person. Because I think people sometimes get self-care mixed up with self-maintenance. And to me, it's the difference between the two. So, you got anything else on the topic?
No, like I said, I just think that people have their own definition of what dating is to them.
Mm-hmm.
So when you going out with someone, you should find out, like, what do dating mean to you? Like, what does that mean to you? Just to make sure y'all on the same page and the same accord.
I agree. So, when you say going out with them, are you speaking like physically going out with them or like going steady?
Well, that's another word. That's another word that's a little multi-layered. Going steady. So dating is anytime somebody calls you and say, "Listen, I want to take you out. I want to show you a good time, and I just want you to have fun and enjoy yourself." Well, that's a date.
I feel like
That's absolutely a date.
that statement there is up for debate. Drop your comments in the comment section below.
Yeah, if a man call you and say, "I want to take you out tonight, wear some heels, wear a nice dress," y'all go out, he takes you out to dinner, he take you out to a movie, or wherever you all go, that's absolutely a date.
I think that some people would actually challenge that because I've heard people say, you know, like I was invited out, but it was not a date.
That's because
What y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about
that's bull.
that? Because
That's bull.
it's funny to me.
That's absolutely a date.
I think, like I said, it's a multi-layered word, and I think to each his own.
So I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I called you and told you I want you to wear a nice dress tonight, wear some nice heels, I'm gonna take you out to dinner and the movie, is that a date?
If I like you, yes.
Okay, then there we go. You just answered your own
If
question.
I like you, yes, absolutely.
So if you don't like me, what is it? It's free food?
Yeah, we just had a good time.
Yeah, okay. When we get through eating, we're gonna get them to go to the telly and we're gonna have a good time.
I don't do that with people I don't like, and we ain't serious about one another. No, thank you. No bueno.
You ate and I'm gonna eat too.
Is you cool?
I'm just saying.
But we're gonna keep this thing going. Any like off topic things you would like to get into?
So we got a comment just came in.
Okay,
Miss
and
Dominique
if you
Evans.
guys have any topics, anything you want to speak on while we're here, before we, you know, wrap this thing up for the night, drop them in the comment section. If we've explored the dating possibilities, then yes, it's a date.
That's right.
And if that wasn't established, we're Dutch.
That's why I said you have to discuss that.
Part. No. Because he said, if I call you and tell you to put on something nice, is it a date? We ain't established nothing outside of you done take an interest in me and I done took an interest in you.
Well, it's a date. Who going Dutch? Who's doing that?
People
And I'm gonna tell you,
people that want to go Dutch.
just being honest with you, 9 times out of 10, if a man is taking you out, he wants to sleep with you. 100%.
I'm not gonna. I would say
100%.
if he's attracted to you, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say it just like that because what a lot of people fail to realize is attraction is a natural thing. If he's attracted to you beyond like, if he, I mean, he is gonna cross his mind, but. I mean,
I ain't gonna cross his mind. Those are his intentions for the end of the night. It's not crossing his mind. If a man is taking you out and he's interested in you, it's on his mind 100% of the time, during the whole day.
Right,
That's
but
going to
I'm
be on his
saying
mind.
just because it's on his mind doesn't mean that he'll act on it.
And
Not
listen,
all of y'all, not all of them do. I know how you are.
listen, if you got that, I don't know how to put this, but if you got that swag, if you got that,
Swag.
yeah, if you got that, I don't know, if you embody that, them draws coming off at the end of the night.
I feel like it's a lot in one. I mean, sex appeal. If you feeling me, I'm feeling you. Right. You see what I'm saying? And we wanna make something of this.
Some men just body that. So the panties come out.
I can see that. But see, you talking like it's just a one-sided job. Women, you know what I'm saying? They moving that motion too these days now.
They moving what motion? They hit it. They trying to hit it too
and quit it. A full stomach not enough to get you no box. Woo, child.
Oh, she lying.
Woo, child.
Stop lying. Heavens, Dominique, stop lying. Because you ain't even got to provide a meal to get that box if you got that mouthpiece right. If you got that, listen.
No, but I'm with it though. Just because you fed me means that you get draws.
I ain't saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
I can see my damn self.
I'm not saying that.
Hence, that's another reason why you should date yourself. Because you ain't got to deal with nobody trying to get the box. What's the next topic? What we gonna get into?
You skip it. Yeah, skip to the next topic. No, okay.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for her to somebody else to comment. Them looks, see?
Them looks. Child.
Listen.
Okay, what else do y'all want to talk about? Any topics in particular y'all want to get into now that it's grown folks in the building?
Yeah, it's grown folks in the building. This is a grown folks conversation.
Yeah, it's that type of space.
Yeah, put the kids to bed. Put the kids to bed. It is grown folks time.
And so while we here, why not look at the mug bling? I mean, I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. You see what I'm saying? But just in case y'all need a closer look.
Yeah, it's the beauty right here.
What do your mug say? What do your mug say?
Mine say he is enough. That's what it says.
I like
he is
that.
Enough.
Why don't you put it up a little closer where they can see it? So do you care to elaborate on it? Or you think it's self-explanatory?
Listen.
Sasha, what is wrong with you?
Heavens, Dominique said, y'all nasty. Listen. It's hump day. I just thought about that.
It's midweek.
It's hump day.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
How have y'all week been? To y'all.
Why you turning red?
In means of me, I've had, quite a productive and easygoing week. I ain't got no complaints. None whatsoever.
I bet you don't.
Please don't start that grandpa stuff.
Just saying.
Okay, so we gonna do another topic, or we gonna keep it moving?
Yeah, we can do another topic. Yeah, we can. Absolutely.
I've been asking. Y'all been seeing me sitting here asking him to give another topic. Oh, y'all give me another topic. Dang on it.
So we can.
I've been on emotional roller coaster. I mean, I know what that's like.
So we can do another topic. And it's a lot that we can talk about. But I do want to talk about. We're gonna switch gears here a little bit, and let's talk about all the killing that's been going on in our community. That's a serious topic, and somebody needs to speak out about it. That's a conversation that definitely needs to be had.
Okay, so you take the lead.
Well, it's real simple. Put the guns down. Put the guns down. We have too much black on black killing going on in our neighborhoods. in our community, and it's to the point now where it's out of control. Like seriously, it's out of control.
I mean, I agree with you on that 1,000%, but I think it's easier said, and I think that it's gonna take a lot more than somebody speaking on it to actually get to the root of it, because it starts with our very own people individually. You know, first of all, finding out who you are. You know what I'm saying, and just loving where you come from and loving on your own. You see what I'm saying? And what you see a lot out here, majority of the time, is jealousy and it's self hate. You know, because if you love you and you know that you somebody's son and you somebody's, you know, or somebody's daughter, why would you take somebody else's?
Yeah, but they don't have those morals and values, and it's just we're losing so bad right now. Like as a race and as a people, we losing so bad.
And I think I put bigger emphasis on what he just said. Like, we're losing. You see what I'm saying? Badly. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you use that word we, it's as a collective, as a people. And what we see a lot with our own is everybody wants this individual kick. Oh, I don't need nobody, this and that and the other. And in all honesty, it's going to take a we. You can't get nothing done out here by yourself, even with these protests. You know what I'm saying? As if the voices are not loud enough, you ain't even got the manpower, because half of your boys over here don't want to be a part of the solution.
Yeah, because they glorified the rappers, and that ain't making it no better. So everybody want to be Lil Boosie, and they want to be
The Boosie ain't like that.
Young Jeezy and Gucci. I'm a
Gucci ain't no dang on thug.
what he used to be.
He sure ain't now.
But they glorify the rappers with the chains and all the women and what the rappers are talking about, and you can see it. You can see it in our younger generation, our little boys out here. If you hear them sing a song, I guarantee you, it's talking about a bitch or a hoe or this money or these drugs or shooting somebody. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. They walk around with their pants down, sagging. You can see their butt. It's crazy. Like they had the guidance for our younger generation is just lost. It's gone, and that's a major problem.
It is. I was just waiting for you to get done so I can touch on that too. Would you not agree that part of the reason why a lot of these kids turn to those type of influences is because they don't have the proper leadership around them? I think it's easy to sit and blame, oh well, the rappers and this and that and the other, when they don't even have no positive influences or people of any significance or substance around them to show them otherwise, so they can take an interest.
No, I agree 100% with that. Because it starts at home.
It starts more than at home. It starts with yourself. It starts with passing it on and get trying to install it and give it to others. It starts in your community. It starts with talking to your brother or your sister, quote unquote, whether they brother or not, and straightening them up when they out here bad.
Right. So
But first, it takes some self accountability as individuals. If you can take accountability for your lack of, even when it comes down to yours, let alone somebody else's, that's a start. Because, like me and you had this conversation before, Big Mama gone. Grandmamas ain't nowhere near what they used to be.
Ain't no more Big Mamas.
And that village that it used to take to raise these kids, it's like non-existent at this point.
Yeah, it's sad. You can't even say nothing. And now it's to the point now where you can't even say nothing to these kids now. If you try to say something to somebody's kids, they're gonna cuss your ass out. They're gonna cuss you out. Don't say to me, who the F is you? Or be mad your business, or who the F you think you talking to.
But you gotta look at the guidance that's around them. When it comes down to our boys, when I tell y'all it's such a tragedy, and I mean for the males and the females, because you got the females out here thinking that they can be males and thinking that they can be dads, and you can never be. If you ain't heard it before, let me tell you, be the first to tell you, you can never be. You see what I'm saying? So then you have the other moms out here who dads are not, you know what I'm saying, playing their part, playing their roles up the parts, trying to get these boys everything they have in them to give. And then you just looking around. They don't have the guidance. They don't have the leaderships. None of that. And that can go both ways. They can go for the men and they can go for the women. Because if you look at the things I had that have for these women I own, if you're a mom that take pride in her daughter or her daughters, would you even want yours to even be around that? Would you even want something like that even trying to pour into your child or pour on your child?
Well,
Stand up.
something has to happen though.
This child said, "I'm a dude."
Something has to happen because, like I said, we losing our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I live in an urban neighborhood, you know, and I think every block within about a 6-block radius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a 6 blocks radius, within the last 2 months, somebody has gotten killed on every last one of those blocks surrounding me, including the block that I live on.
Now I can agree with you on that. You want me to tell you something else that I thought of when I was hearing you say that? Practically on every corner from me, there's a church. Do y'all remember when we was younger how we had a fear of cursing, doing things, walking past the church? You know, just that guilt. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, we felt bad or ashamed, or we just knew we wasn't going to do this or that because that's a holy place. These people don't respect anything anymore. They don't have a regard for anything anymore.
So not even just
they don't have,
the neighbors.
you know, I wouldn't necessarily want to say fear. I'm just going to say no respect for absolutely nothing. They disrespect the churches. Y'all, kids, y'all not. One day I was on my way to work. I don't care if the church is abandoned or not. These fools out here laid out, cracked out, smoked out, drank out. It was a hot mess. Like, people have no value for anything. And that's part of the reason why the value of people have went down so low. But back to what you said, like, we got to do something. And it's that it is. I say, if you want to stand for something, start with yourself. What part and role are you playing if you have kids to ensure that they are not a part of the problem? Even though there's free will, and when they get to an age where they can choose for themselves, they can choose for themselves. But as a parent or an adult figure, you playing your role, putting them in play. Keela, definitely at all starts with us.
Yeah.
That's facts. But see, you don't have enough people that know themselves where they can actually identify with the issues or the problem to take accountability, to want to stand in it, to be, of some significance for others. It's just a lot of lost causes, if you ask me, especially at this point. I miss how it was when I was growing up. Because unfortunately, our kids these days, they can't even experience that. And to me, it was a way better place then than it is now.
Yeah, when chips was $4 for $1, you remember that?
Yeah.
Man.
You remember when the case was just 25 cents?
Man, I'm trying to tell you. But those times are gone. Like I always say this, Big Mama gone. Ain't no more Big Mama. And like I said, these kids today don't have no respect. They don't have nobody to make them respect. Respect is that's a lost art. That is a lost art in today's kids.
And you want me to tell you something too? I think with the right structuring, and I think with the right guidance and leadership, you wouldn't even have to make them. They would just fall in line, and that's respect. You got a lot of people that like the bark and ain't got no bite. You know what I'm saying? That will rather sit and tell you what's easiest said or what could be done, but don't even lift the finger. or a foot to be a part of the solution. And like I said, it starts with us individually.
It starts at home. We got to do better.
When you know, and even with your people, if you know that they got some kids or a child or be around other people's kids and they not all together, straighten them out.
Yeah, you see, but you got to be careful with that though, because these younger parents now, they got the kids conditioned to where you can't talk to them. The younger parents, you what the fuck you say to what you say to my son? What you say to my daughter?
I get that, and I'm just happy that I wasn't that type of parent, like the type of parent that, oh well, you know, like you just said, well, what did you say? This and that and the other. But I was the type of parent, you know, where if you weren't helping me with them, you know, and they not yours, don't say nothing to them. But I mean, I've evolved so much. I'd rather somebody see mines out here doing something terrible where they may not make it home to me and pull them to the side. Hey, you come from better than that. Hey, get that together. But nowadays, like he mentioned before, sometimes you got to be careful even with that, because you got some people out here that are on a different type of time.
Yeah, it was just different place and time when we was coming up. The respect was intact. Big mama was in the house. And you was, like I said, you was even scared to curse if your neighbors was outside. Y'all remember back in the day, y'all neighbors used to sit on the porch a lot. Neighbors used to sit on the porch, and your mama knew them, and they knew your mama. And if you did anything wrong, your ass was in trouble because they was telling.
Yeah.
So, but it ain't like that. 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you, most people don't even know their neighbors today. I remember the neighbors used to come over your house and eat with y'all.
Yeah, some of them.
I remember neighbors used to come over your house and gamble with your mama and your grandmama now.
Yeah, those was the days.
It ain't like that no more. Most people don't even know their neighbors.
True. What she said? She said exactly. Neighborhood full of snitches.
But it should be. I wish it was more. I mean, I know a lot of people is not gonna like that statement coming from me. But listen, if you keep the bullshit a secret, you encouraging the bullshit.
Big facts.
And I'm just speaking facts. If you keeping the bullshit a secret, you're encouraging the bullshit. So if I see something that ain't right, I'm gonna say something. Period. And to be honest with you, a lot of people know me. I want all the smoke because it comes with a backlash. I know it comes with a backlash because so many people encourage the bullshit.
She's the neighborhood stealing packages, girl. So let me tell you. So we know when we first moved, where I told some of my relatives, you know, you order your kids, they look furniture or whatever, you ordering your little stuff. I had an incident where they was coming in my hallway, running out for mines, and I don't think I had even been in my place for a whole week, and y'all done caught on to my pattern and checking for packages. It happened to my sister. Sent her a humidifier for my nephew, her little boy. They notified me that it was there. They took a picture. I sent her the communication. She went and checked. There was nothing there.
Yeah, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. And we got to do something about it. And like, as a people, we have to do something about it. That's the only way it's going to change. That's the only way.
You said as a people?
As a people.
How you know your people when you see them?
How do I know my people when I see them?
Yeah.
Because they look like me.
Because they look like you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they stay across the street from me. Because they shop where I shop. They shop in the stores that I shop in. They go to the restaurants that I go to. They get their gas where I get my gas at. They work where I work. Their kids go to school with my kids, where my kids go to school.
So that's how you identify your people.
So that's how I identify.
Okay. Once again, this is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Thank you guys that have tuned in. You can like the content. What you say? What are you eating? Girl, I got off work and we shot right to the doctor. It was over with. It was all she wrote. But I think we're gonna keep it moving along. Like I said, it doesn't cost you a thing. You can like, comment, subscribe,
Man,
and
hit that
share
like
this
button. Hit
content.
that like button.
I would greatly appreciate it. This is something that we do. We're trying to build back up to doing every Wednesday. And it's simply a safe space where we are very transparent and respectfully, we get into some things. And if it happens to be your mental health, then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna sort it out, and that's just what it is. So, our final thought. We have come to our final thought. If you had anything that you could give the people where you thought it would stick, what would it be?
Be careful of the energy you keep. And what I mean when I say that is you have to be mindful of the energy around you, the energy you entertain. Because there are energy vampires. Like some people live for negativity.
True.
And all they want to do is bring negativity to you or around you. So just make sure you stay positive, keep positive energy around you, and give positive energy out. And be positive.
Well, I think that does it. Once again, thank you all for tuning in with Miss T Energy and my co-host.
Skincare.
We'll meet back up in this same space, in the same spot, at the same time next Wednesday. So, see you guys then.
Deuces.